Happy full moon. All right. Oh, what is this doing here? Hang on. Let me get rid of this there. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Namaste. Happy full moon. Beautiful full moon. Been watching her for several days, and I didn't get to see her set. She kind of went below my horizon, but I was up to see the sunrise because at the full moon they're equal. They're going to be across from each other. They're going to kiss. They're going to hug. They're going to get their chance. So, right? Oh my gosh! All right. So the world is different. We have rainbows everywhere. You can see the one on my forehead. Depends where I move when I get here. How about right here on my third eye? Let's all have a little rainbow third eye attunement. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We receive the sun on this beautiful full moon. We are between the sun and the moon. We are the earth. We call on the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth to become the heart in the center. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I have copal here, a sacred incense from a tree, sap, to the Maya still today, and highly recommend you find some. So my favorite, however, it's really good now because we are in the full moon. We're illuminated. We can be seen. We can see. When the energies are doing that, you want to become aware that this is like cleansing and protection. All right. This is deep, smoky. It's like obsidian. It actually clears the darkness in your mind, in your head, in your emotions, in your heart, in your field. That's going to shift your attractor factor. When you're all lit up and you're illuminated, do you really want to be attracting stuff that's coming from your deeper fear-based emotions? So what you want to be doing right now is seeing what's illuminated and not avoiding it. Do the work that seems uncertain, unknown, bold. Okay, full moon, bold, light it up, look into it. The doors are open, the light's shining in. If you're looking for a solution, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for how to think about yourself, if you're looking for a class, if you're looking for a vacation spot, if you're looking for a home, if you're looking for your purpose, your heightened intuition. So next week we're going to open up the Intuition Awakening School for this summer. And also do not forget to go to the shop and check out the Oracle card. There it is. I'll put it back. Oracle card course. We're going to work with the deck. You're going to get the deck. We're going to talk to the entities. We're going to increase channeling, intuition. I'm going to show you a whole new way of working with an oracle deck as a living beings, living essences, living concepts, living powers, living temples. Each one of these is a mystery of the sacred feminine, which is what we have to reawaken. So the full moon is the perfect time to receive this. Why? Why do you need to cleanse and clear and protect yourself? Well, protection isn't shutting down, running away, avoiding yourself, listening to your fears, staying normal, not upsetting anybody, making sure you don't do anything until you have everything set up exactly the way that you think it should be, financially or relationships or with your health. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. Okay, this is a Libra full moon. So I recommend always that you do an altar. I have many. This one, I don't do a lot of shows up here lately. I don't know why. And so this one is in my bedroom, actually. And but I have to cover it most of the time because my kitten likes to knock my crystals on the floor. She's Ishel. And Ishel is the Maya goddess of the moon. This is Mother Earth. This is her as a maiden with the lotus flower, the awakened third eye, the awakened kundalini. That means that when you have the serpent on your head, you don't just have an open crown or you have visionary or clairaudient skills. Those go with the territory. Okay. What it really means is that you've awakened your kundalini, which doesn't mean what we think it means. And it means that you've found a way to be in your body balanced, because it requires a balance of the sacred masculine, the sacred feminine, the yin, the yang, whatever you want to call it. These are negative, positive. These have no emotional connotations. They're not people. They're not genders in the sense of people, okay? And they're energies. Duality is different than polarity. And this is Ishel. She's the goddess of the moon because in the full moon is the rabbit. You see that she's there with her rabbit, which is fertility and abundance and love and snuggly, cozy support from a very divine feminine guide. So when you put together your altar, whether it's 2 things or tons of things, make sure that you in some way bless it, talk to everything, acknowledge the life force within everything. The sacred feminine path is a way of balancing everything we've been taught to be, which is chase it, figure it out, plan it, make it happen. And I've been an expert at that for many years. Make lots of money, lose lots of money, move, do this, do that, whatever, acquire. At one point I had 80 properties, had a real estate investing. I had a fashion design company. I am an artist. I used to make huge sculptures of fairies out of steel and weld. And I made a giant cat once with big long legs out of wood. So I used to do a lot of wood sanding and stuff like that. I had a pet sitting business and did animal communication very, very early on in my big breakdown that led me to my spiritual path. 1010, yay! What a lovely, lovely energy to notice for the full moon. So take some 1010 in. Me and everything. Me, one, and 0, everything. Me and everything, me and everything. You're face to face right now. 10. Ooh, what a juicy number. So these are some of the things that I want to teach you is deeper magic or deeper mysteries or deeper sacred geometry or deeper ways of interpreting, understanding energy, the symbolism of energy, the other languages that energy speaks. So we'll be doing that in the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp. But when you're in the Oracle card course, you're going to be using it specifically with these entities, with these Oracle cards, and they come alive. And I'm going to show you a completely new way that you can apply to other Oracle decks, because I have lots of Oracle decks, although since I probably only used 2 different ones other than mine since I did mine. So what we're going to do today is to look at where we are, because we went through this friggin' huge, enormous eclipse season and equinox and snake year and everything else, boom, 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 that's going on. So what's interesting is the moon is in Libra, which is the scales, which is balance. But I was thinking about, how do you find balance, or what is your relationship with the idea of balance? Do you think, oh, I never have balance? And then what does that mean to you? Does that mean that you never have peace? You never have time for yourself, that you always feel stressed or overwhelmed or backed up? Do you carry a lot on your head, on your back energetically? Are you burdened? Are you exhausted? Like I did for years and still do to a degree. Now and then I have to go look for it, is carry all this stuff that I think I needed to do, that I didn't do right, that I have to go back and figure out, that whatever. Okay. And or that going forward, both, but it doesn't keep you in the now. So we have to dump all that. And that's why energy work or retreats, which take you out of your environment, and then you do sound healing and you go unusual places and you kiss dolphins, or you go to ceremonies, or the sun rises on the equinox through a temple and blasts you with a download of golden spiritual sunlight, and your life is never the same again. Brittany. Hi, Danny. Oh, hi, Susan. Hello, darling. I love the witness. Two. Hi, Tiffany. So happy full moon. Every step along the way, the cosmos is speaking to us. The deeper I go into the Maya cosmovision is I'm writing a book right now about Mayan mysteries, meaning concepts, principles that they lived by. And then I'm bringing together 7 different ones to put one god or goddess, one animal or Nawal spirit, one symbol, one temple, and then how all of those are communication. It's a library in stone. It's a library in energy. So when you go to, let's say you just go to a park or a stream or a tree that you love. I'm a big tree hugger, and you can just feel it. But it isn't just the tree. And there's the land and the roots and the rocks and all of the things living in there and the metals and the minerals. And there's the sun. And then the tree has 3 parts. The roots go into the ground. And so that's the underworld, the womb of the mother, or the shadow world. To the Maya, there's no such thing as hell. There's no like you go to hell. Dark and light are just 2 parts of the same thing. They're not bad and good emotionally or perceived in a negative way. However, it's the underworld, right? It's that inner part of you. It's the part that's hidden. Now, in the new moon, we plant seeds. We do that all the time. We're always thinking about what you would like and what would it feel like, and staying in that end result as much as possible, not standing here saying, how do I make this happen? You're never going to get there that way, because what you're seeing is that you don't have it, that you aren't there, that it isn't happening now, and that you're standing here and it's over there and you have to figure it out. You can't figure it out. You will never figure it out, no matter how much planning, how many years you push and toil. You can have success, but it's never going to be what you want. It's not what you're thinking. All that same stuff or circumstances or people or feelings about yourself, they can all be had right now, bink, like this, with a touch of a finger. The full moon is about accepting that abundance. This is the harvest. This is, here I am, baby. I'm the full fruit. I'm ripe and I'm juicy and I'm ready. Well, what is a fruit? Your seed, the soul that watered it. What do you believe about yourself? Where have you been spending your energy, your time, your mental? I'm seeing them pouring like a little child's cute little fun-colored watering can, just pouring on this flower. What have you been watering yourself with? So all the people on the retreat, happy, oh, hi, Lisa, hi, Deb. Leave the rainbow on my third eye. Then I have to kind of look at it. I don't know where I am. I can move my chair. So when the full moon is here, it's so weird. I'm not looking at myself. We want to use that energy. When it's the quarter moon or the half moon, we want to use that energy. The moon and the sun are always related. The moon, the sun, and the earth. Now you have the Trinity. You're the one in the middle, the heart of the sky, the heart of the earth. You're in the center. The trunk of the tree is the surface world. This is the 3D world. And the branches of the tree are the upper world, or the heavens, the 13 heavens. And that's the ceiba tree. Many of you who've been here, you've hugged a ceiba tree, a beautiful tree of life. And this tree actually grows here. But in the cosmology, the understanding, the origin stories, the Maya, they say that in this tree, you can exist in all 3 worlds at the same time. You are the above, you are the below, you are the within. There isn't anything that's separate from you. It's the branches, the roots, and the trunk. It's not something you have to go find, you have to go make, you have to go get, you have to be good enough for, you have to wait until. Don't wait until. If you're passionate for something now, look into it. look into it. Play with your third eye too. Get in the sun, let it come right here, and then move your hand in front of your third eye, cutting the sun off, and start to see how you start to have visions. It's almost like DMT. You won't have a trip, but you will start to realize how much you see through your third eye. So we're going to be learning more of these things. The third eye, what is it really for? If you awaken your kundalini, if you receive the golden sunlight, but you don't receive it and then just keep it. This is a concept of my culture for sure. I would say the northern western world, so in a really generic way. So the idea that there's good and bad and evil and hell, and depending what you're doing, somebody's watching you, judging you, and you're probably bad or you're naturally bad if you're a woman, and all of these kinds of things that many people in the world were raised with, just a core sense of I'm just no good. And if you didn't get it from religion or culture, or gender training in school, you got it from your family, you got it from other people. None of this matters. It isn't who you are. This full moon is very, very strong. It's Libra, which is balance, but balance is always finding itself and then breaking itself. This is something that Donna Stellhorn said about this full moon. Make sure you check her out. I have her on here regularly too. But the idea that it's not static is so true and so important. Nothing is holding still. Everything is moving. Even this temple of at the city of kindness of Mother Moon, the temple of Uxmal, the moon, the temple of the moon. I'm trying to put the rainbow on it. Is an oval or an egg shape. It's 3 pyramids, one inside each other, same as Chichen Itza, but this is the Sacred Feminine University. Chichen Itza is the sacred cosmic and much more of the masculine aspect, and they work together through Mayan, which is another one that's not far from me, that was the balance of the two. These are cities, but not where people lived. Ceremonial centers were only for growth, education, ceremony, when you walk in this way. So I want you to tune into this, because this city, Uxmal, in sacred Mayan language, means the city of the kindness of Mother Moon. And if we're in the full moon, we are being bathed in this kindness of Mother Moon. And who's Mother Moon? Ishel. She's also Mother Earth and Mother Nature, but she is the moon. So I'm just moving the little rainbow around, and also want you to look to see most pyramids, the square ones, have 4 stairs, and they have many meanings as well, representing the 4 directions, the 4 cardinal points, and so on and so on. These are all symbolic in every direction from above and below. All right. And even on the sides, every detail is representative. So what's happening today or around the full moon is that the kindness of Mother Moon is in full force. She's shining her full light on you. They show Ishel pouring the old wise Ishel that you usually see that I have here. This is the young Ishel here. They both have the snake on the head to show the balance of sacred feminine and masculine, awakened kundalini and eye. The big ears mean pure clairaudience, and all of that. They're usually kneeling on the earth, but she is Mother Earth. And then this younger one is literally using the lotus flower, which we know as the symbol of the awakened crown or eye or enlightened one, in front of her face. She has it over her mouth and her nose, but you see it also extends over her eyes. Anything in front of the face, like a flower, is both you speak, what you speak blooms. So we said, what is a fruit? What's the fruit that you get to harvest in the full moons? It's whatever you've sown, whatever you've fed. And when you speak flowers, you manifest instant beauty in your life. The older Eshel is shown holding a pot pouring down on you the moonlight. And that's also the rainbow medicine. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. I wanted to do this downstairs, but there's some repair things happening. So downstairs, I don't have these rainbows, and Eshel means sacred feminine rainbow. Ish means sacred feminine. And so we had to be here. So cute. Okay, so what are temples? Temples are for you to understand this is your body. All temples are to be embodied. In my very first mystery school, Melchizedek method, we embodied the Great Pyramid of Giza. You place it around you in a way that the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, and so on are in certain positions, and they line up in your body when you do this, and you go through an initiation, you go through training and an initiation, and the same is true for all pyramids, all temples everywhere. And they're all connected. I've been saying that for dozens of years. They're all generators of energy and light. A friend of mine, a Mayan friend of mine, the first time we went there, I went with my mod squad, I called it. We got a van and off we went. Some of you know Christian and Michelle and Carlos and Chris and I, and we went off to explore this area, first time ever for all of us. And we stayed at a hotel in the jungle that you could see the top of this pyramid point. Everything just looked like jungle for as far as you can see. And this one's so tall you could see the top of it. And it was a ways away. He flew his drone with a camera across from the roof of the hotel and came in over the site, came in over the Sacred Feminine University where all the classes are, and this whole area, and then over this pyramid. And you see it from above, and as soon as he gets directly above it, boom, the drone goes out. It cuts out. Now it has an auto return to sender thing. So it came back to him, which is why we have the video. But when he was showing it to me, I'm watching it go towards the pyramid, and I said, "Oh no, dude, you can't put a drone in the amount of energy that comes out the tip of a pyramid." So if you've ever been on top of a pyramid with me and we've been able to access the center, any aspect of the top is amazing. So that's the state of unity. So the power of the moon right now is what you harness is that fullness, the illumination, illuminate parts of you. Do something bold, do something different. If you've been trying to seek balance, if you've been trying to seek certainty, I need to know what happened during the eclipses, or I want to know what my next step are. You're the one that decides. You're the ones that chooses. So if you're asking questions and waiting, then you're sitting in the side room. You're sitting in the waiting room. Okay, they're calling it the side room. I'm like, I don't know what a side room is, and then they showed me. I was like, oh, that's a waiting room, like a little waiting room at an office. So now, with the energy of the kindness of Mother Moon, with Eshel here, we have a new guest, and I want to share her with you. I also loved that she asked me to pull this out. It's a citrine sphere, which of course I never really thought of it before as the full moon, but she wanted it in front of her. So when I spent so many days at pyramids, going through pilgrimage to sacred Mayan sites, deep downloading information from the stones, from the lands, seeing the sacred ones walking, getting to see the Atlanteans, the whole old Chichen, and stand next to them, touch them, hold them, communicate with them, be there in a different way. The turtle temple, which is shaped like a turtle, has a head and a tail. It's adorable. the whole place dedicated to the Atlanteans, that they know this is where they came from. They also know they came from Lemuria, that is older, and that's the sacred feminine. So what we're seeing now is the sacred feminine rising, not just in energy, perception, color, feeling, intuition, desire to flow more, desire for freedom of expression, desire to let something die, let something go, let something you don't need anymore. Well, we have Chiron opposing the full moon. What does that mean? When something's opposing you, it's standing in front of you. It's like, hey, right? No. Where do you think you're going? I don't think that's a good idea in some way. So Chiron is very well known. You probably know, it's a Greek story myth, truth archetype. It's a psychological guidance of who you are and what to do. He's called the wounded healer because none of his wounds will ever heal. Even the gods can't heal them. So instead they make him a god. Well, the real crux of the story to me, because I go deeper and I speak to the energies, is that he is us, like all heroes represent us. We're here. You're never going to be what you think is perfect, whatever that is, whatever somebody else wants, whatever you're carrying, these burdens, they're being illuminated for you now. So you might not want to look at them. Might want to ignore what's happening. You might want to get mad and spend all your money, spend all your money. Your energy is your money, right? All of your energy, your focus on why don't I know, or I want it this way, or what happened. If you pay attention to all of that, let's do that, okay? Because that's being illuminated. If you see it, it means you can clean it, you can remember it, you can reconnect to it, you can reorganize it, you can put it somewhere. Now, when we're being opposed by an idea, do you see yourself as broken and unfixable? Do you feel now that you could manifest, you could embody, you could think, you could spend time 100% focused on the positive image and idea of what you wish to feel like? All right. That has to be what you boldly grab. And when you are bold in the full moon, you grab something and you do it big because you're being seen. You're seen by yourself. You're seeing your inner self. You're seeing your gremlins. You don't have to be afraid of anything. You can see everything. And when you look at the moon and the sun over the water, like I like to here, you have a path of light. And the water being your subconscious or your emotion or your desires or things that are submerged. Well, hi, Michelle. You have a path through your waters, through any storm, through your emotions. It's being lit up for you. Please take advantage of it. If a wound is triggered or highlighted, don't go into the wound, label yourself with the wound and sit in the wound. Say, oh man, thank you. I'm so glad to see that now. My cat is now coming under my computer. Thank you, Ishel. So she is, yes, named for the goddess of the moon and the earth. Wow. So really be aware right now. You've probably been feeling it. I wanted to do this show a few days ago, was not lining up at all. And so we do that. We go with that, right, sweetie? So what happens is that you feel the full moon for at least 3 days before. And the real power is today, this morning, yesterday, last night. I've been up since 3. I'm surprised I slept at all. The full moon is not really all that great for sleeping. It's wonderful for all kinds of other wonderful things. So get up and do things, or dream, or talk to her, or let her illuminate whatever you're doing. So many of you are wondering what's next. You're very aware you turned into someone new during the eclipse, and you eclipses, and you have that beautiful, incredible download during the equinox, wherever you were, because it is literally the point of balance. And that's what we are coming back to. We have to hold it, anchor it, bring it in, and repeat. Now we're moving towards the solstice, and I'm very called to do a healing event, a very simple but very powerful chanting, healing, sound healing, water medicine, cacao, all these things in the Shibalba temple, and one sacred site, caves, sacred cenotes. This is because the solstice holds a completely different energy. It's the most extreme light. It's the biggest and longest day. It's the most sun that we get all year. And so from here, this beautiful, all the moon, we'll have we'll have two more full moons before the solstice. But I love that those energies are kissing right now. The full moon, the full feminine, your wishes, your dreams, your emotions mostly. So let that path be lit for you within your heart, within your emotional field. It is not hard. You are not a label. You are not damaged. You do not have to fix yourself. There's nothing you need to do. You need to become the Imagineer. You have to be the one that says, here's where we're going, or nothing is going. All right. If you are not imagining, deciding, choosing, feeling, and then taking inspired action towards whatever it is that you desire, you don't even need to know. Can't know the how, so don't do it. All along my path during the whole month of March, which I looking back on now, and I'm just barely starting to grasp the magnitude of what I did, not just with all the beautiful women on the retreats and my beloved honey, the incredible experiences that we had, the energies we were gifted with, the places that spoke to us, welcomed us, the tree poisoning that I got. It was all such a blessing. The eclipses that I experienced both at Chichen Itza, the new sites that called me, new to the public altogether. I was probably one of the first, 20, 40, 50 visitors to one site. The two pyramids, one is only 2 meters shorter than the Great Pyramid in Giza. Ah! Oh, I live in a land of plenty. Then I went to the Temple of the First Moon, and it's an old site. It's a small site, but you can climb everything, you can touch everything, and hardly anybody goes there. So this is the kind of energies from Chichen Itza with the big snake coming down, even on the equinox day with all the people, to Sibil Shaltun with the sun coming through the portal. All of the places that I went, then you go here or in your dreams or in your ethers, because we're connecting unity back with time too. Had beautiful beings, maybe who you were or who I was in another life, or a potential future me, because there's a million potential future me's. Maybe a priestess life, a leader, a queen life, maybe a life of medicine or herbs, or speaking with stones, or understanding the wisdom of the waters, or being a star watcher, communicating with star beings, traveling through portals or stargates. Maybe you were magic with talking to the lands and the like a priestesses, but they had all different forms of these. Okay, there were as many women forms of these as men. They never ever they were erased, they were forgotten, except for just a few. And what we're doing is reawakening and receiving, like receiving codes, receiving directions, receiving information when we're there, when we're touching, when I talk to it, what's the moment of the day, where's the sun, where's the earth, that I talk to them, that these sacred ones are walking with me, that I know that I'm there for a sacred reason. If it's moving my spirit forward, if I'm there for a reason, I receive it. If it's not for me, I do not receive it. That is how I walk in the world. I do not worry. I do not have to try to protect myself in a way of putting up walls. I use the herbs. I communicate with them. That's how much we've used of this. This is intense stuff. Thank you. Yes, we'll keep going. Don't worry about it. It's like, keep going. Go sit on the Palo Santo. So I want you to tune into where you've been. Where have you been in your dreams? Where have you been in your hopes, your thoughts? Where have you been feeling stuck in? I would go back all the way to the beginning of the year. Like this has been a year, you're a completely different person than January, even February, even definitely since March, right? So start to just feel the full moon. She's here, she's illuminating us. We're in a sacred temple of the moon maidens. And this is one beautiful priestess that came to me. Now, this is a little clay figure. It's interesting, it's empty, it's got little holes but no way to play it like an instrument. And the description, I got it at Chichen Itza. And I saw her on 7 different days. And then I said, "Oh, you want to come home with me?" So I like beautiful things that hold spirit, but I don't need anything else. I don't really need anything. And so when something speaks to me, this is an embodiment of a sacred Maya sacerdotisa. Sacerdotisa. That's the Spanish word. I love that word for priestess. So priestess also doesn't mean just like a religious person, and we tend to relate it to perhaps Celtic priestesses, right? Egyptian priestesses. A lot of people automatically think dark magic. We don't do dark magic. Dark magic is inside of you. All energy is neutral. You have the divine above, below, and you're the neutral grounding plug, so to speak, like an electrical outlet. That's why you're the heart in the center of the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth. So I'm going to put a picture of her up and let her speak, because she told me the other day. So I unwrapped her. I carried her around wrapped up on my trip until I got home. And I unwrapped her, and I wasn't sure where she wanted to be. She wanted to be over here on a shelf with my children's pictures when they were little children. And also my daughter Jordan, who died. I have her ashes and some of her little baby clothes and everything over there. I have a beautiful Hindu goddess mother picture that just brings beauty, peace, love, that perfect essence of the mother, that everything that you don't even have to wish the mother is, right? So she's on that shelf with nothing else except for a few crystals and Callie. If you guys know Callie, she kind of is a kick-ass, strong, completely opposite energy to this. So I have a little Callie statue. Callie is blue, okay, with a lot of arms and a lot of knives. And if you want to end something, you call in Callie. She may come in without you asking. So I did use her finally to get over the hump, to ask for my separation and then my divorce. But why she wanted to be in the tiny little altar with her, I have no idea. Other than I respect the energies. So we have an altar downstairs that's all sacred feminine, because a week or so ago there was a beautiful Hindu festival in India for the goddesses, primarily Durga and Lakshmi and so on. And then I have now I have downstairs also a perfectly balanced masculine, feminine, with all of these different gods and goddesses that came together. And this altar is really kind of came together and moved and then didn't do a lot, except for the full moon. We had the rainbows here. So this is the pyramid that I told you about, right? I showed you earlier. And I want you to keep tuning into that, because the vibrational essence, whenever I would see that pyramid, and I didn't know most of this about it when I first saw it, actually, I didn't know any of this. I said, "Oh, my beloved, oh, my beloved, oh, thank God, my beloved." And every time I get anywhere near it or think about being there, it's about 2 hours from my house, my whole heart opens up and I say, "Oh, my beloved, oh, my beloved." So to find out that the real name, the sacred, there's other interpretations of the Mayan name, but there's sacred language of the Maya as well. And to learn that it means the city of the kindness of Mother Moon is so beautiful. So now, Chichen Itza is known as the land of the water witches. And witches weren't considered evil. So witches were another form of priestess or medicine woman, wise woman, healer. And so with the blue skirt, she's told me, I've asked somebody who channels an ancient Mayan woman, queen, and priestess. And so she's tuning in to see if she receives anything from this beautiful guide. So if you receive anything from her, please let me know. Other things that I've seen about her are her necklace is 9. 9 is the sacred feminine number. It's a sacred number. There's a lot of nines that I could go on about, but these all look like a full moon. Okay, these big ear things mean clairaudience. It means that you've opened your ear and you have clear connection. You have a big ear. You can hear everything. You could hear whatever you want on any level at any time. It's an intuitive gift. These are symbolic, as is the third eye that she has here. Very, very developed third eye. And then you can see that the shape around her, almost like her hair, is cut like a pyramid so that it frames her face. It's cut like the step pyramids. And it has the 3 levels representing the 3 worlds, or in the Trinity. Okay, she's got her hands in prayer pose, but they're interesting because they're not together, right? There's a small gap here. And this is important because to me, this says that she's a healer. If you learned Reiki, when I learned Reiki a million years ago, you would put a person, either a picture of them or imagine them in your palms and put your hands together instead of being physically there to put your hands around them to send the Reiki energy. You don't need to be there in person, and that's what we did. And so there's many practices like that where you manifest between the worlds. Your palm portals are doing a lot more that I teach in my classes. So there's other forms of symbolism. If you see the grid or the cross, this is the sacred symbol of movement and measure, the one creator, the divine God. It all came from this rattlesnake here that taught them science, language, art, engineering, everything came from this. All right, and you can see that overall it also forms a cross. Now, the cross was a part of all cultures long before the Christians, and this particular cross being in the orientation of an X. You see all over the pyramids here. The X is the crossing point. It's the moment of transformation. At the center of the X, you have the perfect balance of above, below, within, without, masculine, feminine. This is where creation happens. What's supposed to happen in our Kundalini is that our balanced masculine, feminine meridians are supposed to come up and cross and create that cross in every single chakra. That's activating it. That's like turning on the power from it. Okay, thank you, my sweet. So we're going to give her a little copal and feel very prolific today. I don't tend to use my copalero with the big hunks of copal inside. So you always want to bless, cleanse, and clear yourself, your body, your mind, your energy field. Do what you feel like, maybe spirals. Maybe you're bringing stuff out and bringing stuff in. Maybe you're stirring stuff up, moving it back and forth, asking for everything to be cleared and cleansed from your body. I'm moving the copal all around my body. Whoops. And that's the same for you. Boo, 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 boo. This is so funny. I just burned a big hole in my dress. And the reason it's funny is that as a fire sign, I learned that fires and explosions and burns are common, and it is true. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. The fire ceremony has begun, and that pretty much put that out. So let me make sure that I'm not burning anymore. Anybody burning? We want to burn. We want to burn it away. All right, so before we go in, Oh, yes. Raquel, I love her so much. Oh, and Death and Dying. Yes, I saw that she's doing that. Isn't that fun? Um, Ice Moon. Oh, wow. Yeah, the moon is a very sacred being that has a very specific kind of frequency. You know, it doesn't spin. We never see the other side of the moon. Isn't that the weirdest thing ever? So, and being the embodiment of an emotional energy that works only on reflection, it is the perfect guide in remembering everything is a reflection of us. So, who are we being? Who have we become? You're dropping into that egg, okay, that egg pyramid. We have with us also today Venus. Venus is going direct today. So, it takes a little bit of time, a week, 2 weeks or so, sort of like somebody going one direction, then they come and they stop, and now today's the day that Venus starts moving forward, but it's sort of going to be like working up the speed, right? And all of March, Venus was in retrograde, all during the eclipses, all during everything you lost, everything you experienced, how far you were out of your body, how much you were aware of this cosmic journey you were going on, how much of this energy that's coming to you now, through you now, as you reconnect to your body, you reground. Remember, you're divine and human. You're divine and human. You're divine and human. You are both. You are both. You are both. If you forget one, it gets sick. It doesn't function correctly. It becomes a detriment. And you don't want any toxins with you. You don't need to worry about anything if you're not carrying and radiating toxic thoughts and fears. So Venus is our wishes. It's divine feminine. It's the goddess of love. It's the goddess of beauty. It's all of that. And yet, to the Maya, Venus is so much more. Venus is the sun that lights the way before the sun lights the way. So as the morning star, Venus is up, leading the way. When Venus comes up, you know the sun is coming. It's the radiant star. We are the radiant star. The serpent, the sacred feathered serpent, is that energy that comes down, fills up all of your spine with golden light, fills up that sacral, fills up and allows you to then balance, have the energy in all of your vertebrae to go back up like this. And then you go out. You come in and then you go out every day. The sun rises, the sun sets, the moon as well. All aspects of you go up and down, in and out every day. Now, if the moon is full, it's following you. It's never not full. It's shining through the earth. There is nothing you can't see right now. There's nothing you can't illuminate, and there's nothing you can't ask for. That reflection, that energy from the moon is reflection energy. With Venus going direct, now it's like that. Your wishes have turned around. You've been going within. Do I really want that? Who am I? What do I want? All the shedding and everything that's happened. Now Venus is going direct. So all that part of you that's like, what do I want? What do I wish for? What would be nice? What would feel delicious? How can I imagine my dreams? Or all my dreams have come full, have been fulfilled. Now, what's my next level of my wish? What am I ready for now? What can the me that exists now imagine and then create and then move into and keep jumping like the serpent over all of these things, over the how to the next one and over the how to the next one, coming in and getting nurtured, rested, rejuvenated, renewed. Okay. So now Venus, now your wishes, now that part of you that's ready for opening your heart with no walls. Don't bring the walls. Don't bring the judgment. Don't bring the doubt. Don't bring the burdens. Let's let all that go. Okay. Cool. Let's jump in here. And okay. I'm going to start doing this Oracle of the week. Yay! So you go to the shop if you're interested in the class, and the class is going to be in June sometime, the intuition camp in July, August, and there's going to be live mystery school in Glastonbury in September, early September, and then some sacred site visits too. So what we are doing today is our full moon activation. Here's some pictures of our beautiful friend. So one of the things that's kind of interesting is the picture that you see, like more stuff around her. I just was trying to get as close, and then I edit the picture, and I added the one that's just her, mostly so that you can see the details of her better, right? We could really look at the symbolism on her. Also, this over her head, right, is, a lot of priestesses have like a veil, right, over them, or a hood. You often see druids or Celts, right? But it's also very representative of how the snakes, the hood of the snakes for the different gods and goddesses in India would come up and be that. And that's a protection. And that's an egg. And that's an auric field. And that's a halo. Okay, so go deeper into the energies of that. And it's also a long skull. So they, like many cultures, even in Britain, Egypt, they had a time period where they revered long-skulled because they knew the long-skulled people had heightened intuitive and subtle level energy capacities. Okay, so there's a lot you can learn by just looking, seeing, opening your heart. And then over here you can see that I have a lapis rock, a jade frog, the citrine moon, the sphere, and then right down through, you can actually see a picture of me in high school. And that's what I was laughing about. Is I was like, oh, look at that, and it's so obvious. I mean, it doesn't matter if you see it, but when I looked at this one, I went, oh, there I am. So this is interesting to me because now I'm seeing an image that's in 3D, giving me a vision. Energy is all here. These are all in the place they want to be. They represent something. The stone has energy. She has energy. They're in an altar together in a specific place in my house. The earth energies, the cosmic energy of the full moon, everything is interacting right now. These are living, breathing things. These are spheres of energy that are moving and changing. And there I am in the scene underneath, like receiving this energy coming down. Now, in a lot of cultures, in the Egyptians as well as the Maya, when you see carvings on temples that look like a big person up here grabbing a small person by the arm, or standing on or sitting on a person or an animal. The interpretation that the Western world had when they came here or when they look at Egypt is this is a ruler who's conquered people, and these are slaves, and these are people that they have captured, that they have been strong over. Now, that's not ever what it is. It is nothing to do with conquering and masculine patriarchy, but we have been taught that it's the only way for people in that consciousness to interpret a language. So it's important to realize that the way you were raised is keeping you from understanding information coming to you in intuitive ways. Could be through a symbol, could be through this little statue, could be through something you hear, it could be through the wind, all right, could be through anything. You are being spoken to, you're being guided. And right now, like we said, everything is lit up. So what that is that sometimes it's your lower self, your higher self, right? Your divine self, your three aspects of you, your human, that intermediary, and your divine self. Sometimes it's when it's being grabbed or carried away, like you might feel like someone who's been captured. It is because it's the ego. So it's your ego that you're standing on, you're stepping on, you're conquered, or it's the earth mother who's you're sitting on, that is providing foundation, right? You get control of your ego. You gain control of the parts of you that are running around uh, and causing havoc, reminding you that you're not good enough, right? Or whatever. Okay. So there's a lot of going on in these symbols, in these stories, in these interpretations, in these pictures that are showing. They're also showing that that's the subconscious or the inner world or the underworld or the sacral world. So am I in the sacral world of this priestess? Is she a priestess of mine? Was I a priestess? Is she a representation of me as a priestess in another life? Is that me now in my body and me here and then the divine mother there behind? I'm not saying any of them are right or wrong. What I'm showing you is how you're being communicated with and given medicine and energy and juicy, lovey-dovey, wonderful stuff all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play with that. Woo, yay. Okay, so yeah, I didn't have time to. I pulled some of this out of the email because Donna didn't have any power the other day. So we already talked about last time that April is a big transition month, and you probably know that because we're almost halfway through. I was shown the rattle, and it was like, this is a shake-up month. This is you just came through all this intensity and everything, and then you're like, oh, I'm here, and it's like, no, you don't get to rest yet. Okay, lots of retrogrades, lots of not finding your center, lots of transitions, having to find balance. So if you're trying to find balance in the Libra moon, don't. It's at 23 Libra, if that means anything in your chart. Please give me 1 second. I have got to get a sip here. Thank you so much for allowing me to wet my whistle. Okay. So go back over here. We talked about the opposing Chiron. That means that your wounds, your perception perhaps of yourself as broken, needing fixing, or never fixable, or no matter what you do is fixing, or now you feel whole, you feel different, you don't have those anymore. Who am I now? Who am I without my wounds? How great could this be? Reach into that. Be bold in the full moon. Also, when you flow back and forth, you may go, oh, I'm going a little bit this way, I'm going a little bit that way. That's okay, as if you're always in the flow, but you're not staying stuck anywhere, right? So what was told to me, and we're going to dive into this now, is well, this is the time of the gathering of the wise ones, and that's a prophecy of the Maya and many other cultures. And we're seeing that more and more in the physical. We're seeing groups of elders, or a new respect for certain indigenous rights or cultures or languages. We're seeing our own interest in who are we as a spiritual, what's our spiritual ancestry? What is it that, what if I am a wise one? What if I'm here on purpose? What if I'm not a mess? What if I'm not wrong? What if I haven't messed up? What if everybody else is having their opinion and I don't have to agree to any of it? Yes. So the medicine women and the ancient queens, the priestesses and the sacred sisters of light, and the moon maidens that always seem to come with us, they called us to illuminate the abundance that's blooming within you, the flower that comes from you, the flower that you are breathing in. If you're breathing in flowers and you're breathing and speaking out flowers, now what you're creating in the world is beautiful. It has a beautiful aroma. It has a beautiful to the eye. It has color. It has purpose. It feeds plants. You grow from within you. Now's the harvest. Is this the flower in full bloom, or has the fruit come? Is the seed there? If it's a flower, is the end before the seed, then I want you to really feel the flowers blooming inside of you. Do you feel them in your heart? Do you sense them somewhere? There is a word in Maya that is nikte, and it's flower. So you are a nikte, and you are in the process of blooming. Now, the full moon represents the ripe, juicy fruit. That means there's no more waiting. You get to eat it right now. You can pick it fresh. It's full of seeds for your future. It's going to give you everything you need. Everything you need is right here in the full moon. If you ate it, you would be nourished. You would be healed. You would be whole. You would be enlightened. Can you do that? That's abundance. It's all here. The energy is here for what you want. You just think it has to look different. Don't worry about it. Okay? So now, as we go deeper, the full moon is a portal. It's a portal of a reflection. All right. So remember that you have everything within you, everything around you that is required for this moment to be blessed, to be aligned with your highest good, between the worlds, wrapped in the all-seeing eye, supported by the infinite. I am the infinite. I am divine. I am human. I am here. I am now. So if you feel called, look into this beautiful sacerdotisa, this priestess, this wise woman, this mentor. She may embody a message for you. She may trigger a door opening in your mind or your heart. She may give you something through your eyes or your ears, through your energy, through your cells, through your spiritual DNA. She may open a time portal. She may release inflammation. She may open your voice and bring you the spiral that never ends. She is here simply as a messenger, as a reminder. She brings the medicine that lets you remember, because the full moon is a time of acceptance, receiving. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Give that breath permission to cleanse and clear everything that no longer serves you, and blow it out like a dolphin. Let it pierce the veil of darkness within and without, in the mind and the heart, in the aura. May all contracts, beliefs, mindsets, and energies that prevent me from seeing and knowing that which is optimal. I let the full moon, I let the reflection be illuminated. I let the path be lit. There is no darkness within me. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness within me. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness within me. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness within me. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness within me. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. Go into the temple of the moon, the egg from the city of the kindness of Mother Moon. Go deeper. You know that this temple is within you, that your body and this temple hold the 3 layers of truth. Go to the deepest temple, the innermost temple. as you see now everything clearly because the sun shines on you. You receive the sun shines on the moon. Unconditional love and the sacred wisdom you came here to embody comes into you from the sun. You receive it all. Now the reflection around you, the reflection within you. Which is the reflection and which is you? I work with water. The wisdom of water is above all, the wisest, the most necessary of the elements. The water within you holds deep secrets, powerful medicine. You've forgotten that the waters within you speak. They hold ancient cells, memories, wisdom. They know who you were, who you are, who you can be. The wisdom is a sacred spiral, a coiled serpent that rests at the base of your spine. Coiled because full of potential, full of power, sleeping, hiding. But when the waters come, they nourish. They feed the seed that has waited millennia in order to break free. This is the inner temple of Mother Moon. And I am here to bring the waters from the temple of the light warriors. Warriors are not men who kill other men. True strength, true power has nothing to do with physical conquering, force, or physical death. A warrior is one who faces their darkness and chooses to walk light and dark, divine and human, and discover the ego, discover the places of darkness. The warrior looks within, refuses to allow the poisons to live within, is willing to go through the sacred initiations over and over, cutting off the ego, giving it to the heart of the earth, letting grandmother jaguar reform it, give it back, the gems, the pearls. We wash them today in the sacred waters. The warrior within you, the one of light who has come through all the trials and all the tribulations and knows everything because wisdom and experience are now willing to meet with sacred knowledge and unconditional love. Sacred knowledge and unconditional love. These are yours. The deepest part of you knows that in your sacral there is the X, there is the transition point. This is the place of the inner temple of Mother Moon. This is your entrance to the sacred feminine university, your soul's school, wisdom, sacred book of knowledge that lives in you. I have brought the waters to bathe you, to wash you, to purify you. Lay back in them. Be cleansed, renewed. Now you know. Now you feel. My message is on your lips. There is a flower forming on your lips. It grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it is bigger than your lips. It covers your chin, covers your nose. You smell the sweet fragrance of this divine Flor de Maya. This incredible flower whispers, illuminate the abundance within you and know that you can grow, become, embody, enjoy, co-create, manifest. This is who you are. You are a sacred priestess. You are a sacred wisdom keeper. You are a sacred alchemist. You are a sacred wisdom. That means that your kingdom is full of your wise knowing. Where is it? Have you allowed it to come through you, or do you hide it? Have you allowed it to speak through your actions, your words, and your choices? Have you stepped out of your limited self? Be illuminated now and walk the path. The radiant morning star, Venus, is where that sacred knowledge lives. Unconditional love lives there. It's your reflection. Be the radiant one in your life and let your life, the reflection on your planet, reflect love, beauty, and the kindness, not just of Mother Moon, but from all that you know. The kindness must go to your body, go through your aura and your emotions. Be kind to them. Bathe them in silver moonlight, radiating out through the mind, through the mental field, through the mindsets. The silver ray. And now all the way out, kindness illumination and abundance. Kindness illuminates abundance. Kind. Be the morning star leading the way, boldly choosing and allowing yourself to be there instantly. See and feel this illumination reflecting all around you exactly what you wish. Exactly what you wish. Just one tiny snapshot. Radiate out further. Radiate out so far that you are lighting the path for you. Mother Moon, you, Venus. Now, as you re-enter this reality and move through this, keep this feeling, this energy with you. Keep this living being within you. Keep these energies aware of them, grateful for them, giving them permission to illuminate, to open doors, and be in the now so you can follow them and enjoy them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to just hold my hands. She's got her hands in front of her heart and they're just a little bit apart. So I'm going to just do that. Thank you. She's just stepped right in through my back, down my arms. Her arms are in your arms. Her hands are in your hands. Her heart is heart to heart with your heart. The wisdom of water. Wow. You might feel some fire between your hands or something else. Whatever's happening there, just let it happen. And the sacred serpent is asking now as we close, coming back into the body, the moment, taking your time to anchor, acknowledge, bathe in gratitude. Remember that in this year of the snake, it's not just about shedding, it's about embodying that new you, the beauty of you, all that's perfectly formed underneath it, your new rattle, your new crown chakra, your new patterns, your new growth, and the ability to be renewed, to flow. This is a time for flow. Balance and flow. Balance is flow. Balance isn't finding a spot and staying there. It's being in that flow, riding the wave, finding balance like a surfer, tilting into it, using the energies to move you forward, to fly over things, to along that path illuminated by the moon. Wow, that was wonderful. 1122, be on purpose. That lands so hard. It's been coming through. Be on purpose, live on purpose. I love it. Yes, Brittany. So vital that I know that a lot of people are coming into their spiritual practice, and many of you do it more or less, depending on what's happening in your life, right? I can't emphasize enough that there's no option anymore to put it aside or to wait. It's got to occupy a large percentage of your day. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go meditate for 3 hours and walk on the beach for 2 hours and, commune with the herbs for an hour. That's wonderful if you can. It means that not only does there need to be a morning and evening and probably a little practice somewhere along the way or little times, but constantly giving attention of where's my focus, where's my energy, where's my intention, where am I making my choices from, what am I giving my power to, who is inside of me deciding. Are you adding more to the war? Are you adding more to the economy problems or whatever you perceive it to be? It's not a problem. If you think it's a problem, if you decide it's a problem, if you listen to a bunch of people pontificate and talk about how terrible it is, and it could mean this, and it might mean that, and it could mean this, do you want all of them telling you what your reality is going to be? I certainly don't. I don't agree with 99% of what's going on, so I don't listen to it. And I'm certainly not going to listen to a bunch of people's opinions on something that I have absolutely no interest in what they think, because they're just talking out of, well, maybe, and I don't know, and it could be. Okay, you create your reality the way you want. I am going to be in the reality that every single thing, regardless of what it looks like in this moment, is opening a door for the greater good. And that's part of this portal of the full moon, getting inside of that illumination and don't letting the light blind you. Don't get overwhelmed by the abundance of it and the juiciness of it and want to have, 20 margaritas or something, right? You want to have that fullness and then be focused and aware that this is an opportunity to see. And when I say see it, you don't have to see images or visions or energies. That is like an overall term for any form of sensory communication, right? What are you getting a chance to become clear on? What is like, oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? When you study sacred symbols, sacred geometry, other things like this, it's a language that starts opening up doors. And now suddenly something doesn't look flat. There's not one way, one idea. What's going to happen? This person says I should do this. Okay, based on what? Based on their opinion. Great. What's your opinion? What timeline do you want to align to? So wishes fulfilled by loves. And I seriously need to act on this advice and get real about a daily practice. I'm so glad. Get real, like slap yourself around or whatever, like in a nice way, right? Be the kind Mother Moon. But don't take no for an answer. Stop making excuses. If you fell down and broke your leg and you had to lay in bed in a cast, you don't have the choice to keep saying, I'll do it later. If if a doctor told you you're going to die if you eat that one more time, you have a outside authority, so to speak, that's telling you absolutely you had better get your shit together in this department. So that's not a judgmental way. I don't want to say that in a judgmental way, but I like to say that to myself sometimes. Now, it isn't get your shit together, you're fucking up. It's, hey, look, we have an opportunity right now that will help. We've shed a lot of stuff. We've transformed a lot of stuff. The world is shedding stuff. We have to have a reorganization of the way things work. We can't live this way anymore. We can't live with these systems, these money systems, these corporate systems, these political systems, these religious systems, even these family systems. They are broken. They are outdated. They are cruel. They are not beneficial to the whole. They are not helping. We are the ones that hold the light over here and say, in my world, this is real. There's beauty and harmony and kindness and plants and big buildings in cities covered in plants, so that they're generating, not polluting, and they're saving energy. Like there's this unity that can happen now. So it's so amazing. And you can ask forever for something, but if you don't have time to sit and ponder it, to listen for it, to notice, to realize that something's been speaking to you. And this is the way I used to do everything. Even my spirituality it was an achievement. It was, did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do enough of it? So many of you are doing a lot of it. And so this is a moment to think about questioning how you're doing it, when you're doing it, how much you're doing it. If you're doing it along lines that you resist, does it need to shift? Does it need to be fluid? Let the full moon flood in and look at what you're doing and say, hey, you know what? I couldn't see in this dark corner over here. I don't think that's really supporting me anymore. I've put a lot of energy and effort into some things in my business, and it's becoming clearer and clearer that they're not aligned because there's other paths that are opening as well. So you're going to have many opportunities. Is it the right path? Could be the right path to get you started going somewhere. Then it's not. Then it leads you to something else. Yes, it's the best path. Which ones are you giving your energy to? And not overspending your energy. All right. Because next week, I think in about a week, a little over, but more like 10 days, maybe, I don't know. We're going to hit a Saturn wall. We're going to hit a brick wall. That another one of those energies is going to be say, stop, you can't do it this way anymore. But you don't worry about that. You just realize that what you're doing now is going to feed and prepare you for what comes tomorrow. And if you do anything at all to support yourself, especially going to sleep in the right vibrations, right? Then whatever happens tomorrow, you can access that at a higher level. There's this much to access, and you might be only able to see this much. I only see red. Well, there's a rainbow. No, I only see red. I can only see red. So you have to keep doing your spiritual work so that in every moment you have a bigger capacity to receive and get guidance and to open up and to be supported and to step into your new reality and to see open and follow up those doors of bliss that are opening on your path with the people in your field of bliss and all the goody stuff. Okay. All right. I get to go talk to my mommy. So I'm going to go do that. Oh, hi, Eurotech. Yes. Oh, I love you too, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Earlier, as you started to speak, Self said you need to clean up your life. I started cleaning my room. That's awesome. Yeah, like in any way, there's a lot of things in my house and my land and my property that we've been trying to fix and find a solution to. And I get to a point where I just say, okay, it's just going to have to sit there for a while. And then it's been like months or years, and we're finally like finding the pieces. And today, yesterday, a piece came into the puzzle that was so funny because it's like, what's a good example? It's like trying to solve a problem and you're looking at everything you can see. Well, I've tried everything. We can't open the door. We've tried the key. We've tried taking the doorknob off. We tried removing the door. We tried cutting a hole in the door. Like, just for an example, that's not the problem. But, like trying something over and over and over because something wouldn't work, thinking it's one thing, but it's the other thing, but the other thing works, but just doesn't work in the right way. It was literally needs a higher level of electromagnetic flow and balance. So that energy being an interesting message, and everywhere looking for a solution inside of the same state of consciousness, like, well, but the plug works and that works, but that doesn't work, but then the error happens and then it's this, do we need a new one, and then that, and then boom. And finally the door opened yesterday in the full moon, for what's really going on is this other thing. So yes, all those things are true, but we had to go through the truth. You have to go through the veil. You have to go into the darkness and into the light, and you have to be bold, and you have to go deeper, and you have to make a choice, and you have to choose for you. Okay. Namaste. Love you. Bye. You guys are so wonderful.